professionals. It's almost difficult when you do not have complete control of your life. No matter how much you earn per month, but even however you may be successful in your business, but you need to be very much comprehensively okay with your activities and the things that you do and perform. People around you, each one of them has got a lot of value and significance in making you so happy as well as contented in your life. I have got a few things to let you know about this. The first thing I would like to tell you is find a clear vision for your life and home. Yes, you ought to have vision for your life as well as home. Home usually constitutes the well behaved and well understanding as well as good humored people who extend service, who can understand the family members, and who can give life further. So, if it is just a house, a physical structure which cannot be considered to be something which would have greater value, whereas a home is a constitution as well as a conglomeration of the people who share common interests and the values. If you have clear vision, your life will be successful. You must definitely have to create your own kind of life where you just can think freely, and you can give your decisions very freely to your family members, and you can identify the loopholes of the problems around. So when your life is such, I'm sure you are going to win the world. Professions basically sometimes are very not so okay, and we feel so upset about making progress when people around, those who have direct influence about our activities and results in turn, if we do not uh, address the issues in time, they will have some negative impact in the long run. So we must have to understand that finding a clear vision gives us and makes our job a lot more easier to manage with the things. And this is what great people have done in their lives. And similarly, declutter your home. Mostly people, out of their curiosity and fascination, they keep buying many things. Maybe it is out of their compulsive buying disorder. When they are out shopping, they don't mean to buy, but they simply get tempted and they are compelled to buy it emotionally. Such purchases become piled up in the house over a period of time, and we don't know exactly whether we used the things that we have purchased, but they just get accumulated at various places in the drawers as well as on the surfaces of the desks, leading to a chaotic situation in the house. Mostly when people do not have control over these things, they would create a lot of psychological imbalance and disturbances. If you have got time, please spend time at least weekly twice and pay attention towards the unused gadgets and the things that you have kept aside. There are two things, useful things but you don't use frequently. Be very careful and try to pay attention and try to keep them away. And probably you can think of saving money for the next time. If when you feel like tempting when you get tempted to buy such things, you can definitely stay controlled. Similarly, we use polythene bags when we do not take a jute bag to the market. We definitely are given a polythene bag upon a purchase of 1 kg tomatoes or some vegetables. And this has become a fashion, irrespective of the health hazards of the plastic products and how plastic has created problems around. We always try to use plastic bags and plastic products. That's altogether a different task and topic here. The point is, when we have too many things in the house, in the kitchen, in the living room, and in the bedroom, at various places, shelves full of unused gadgets, unused things, and broken things, many of us do not feel this is important to keep it in the storeroom. We always complain we don't have time. That is not correct. When we feel like doing something systematically with proper approach, that will be possible. Why can't it be possible? It is possible. So we have to understand doing things with proper clarity, and keeping the unuseful things away from the house is very, very important. So please declutter your home, and preferably from the shelves, as well as the wardrobes, as well as cupboards and kitchen. Untouched places are there in the kitchen, underneath the stove. Find out those places during your leisure time and at weekends, and maximum 1 or 2 hours could help you clear your all the rubbish that has accumulated over a period of time. Maintain and organize your home. Yes, when you have a teapot, and when you have a study room, and when you have a wall clock, and sofa set, and decoration items, flower vases and various things, and overhead lights, we don't actually keep them at proper places. We always put them at sixes and sevens. It is sometimes our neighbors who come to us, they tell us that we are not properly maintaining the things in a systematic way. It is due to our negligence towards things, as how we can refurbish them. So if we are capable of refurbishing all the things appropriately, it gives you beautiful look in the house. In turn, it makes you feel so calm, tranquilized, so beautiful, and you can make better decisions, I swear. Please, today, now itself, after you have watched this video, wonderful video, please take action and clear all the rubbish, as well as arrange the systematic things where they are supposed to be, and see if you have not properly managed well regarding this aspect. Next thing I must tell you about how you can simplify household chores. You see, people in the house, mostly in the family, they keep postponing doing things. There are reasons, concrete reasons for their doing so. Sometimes it is children, as they have become so cozy these days, and they don't mind saying, "No, mom, I don't have time. No, mom, I don't like doing this, that." People are taking it for granted. Today, even parents do not feel like giving some work in the house. That actually spoils your kid. So, in terms of dealing with these household chores, so simplify household chores concept, you have to understand something. How to simplify household chores? We have seen mothers, we have seen our grandmothers, they got a lot of job. They were just cleaning the house, the floors, and cleaning the utensils in the kitchen, and they themselves cleaned the bathrooms, washrooms, and they did not mind keeping all the garden so beautifully, watering the plants. They never were so lazy in doing such activities. If you look at the present trend, people don't like to do, they want to depend on maids, they want to take the help of some assistants, they want to assign the task. It is due to the globalized scenario, because money is being felt in the hands, and people are trying to say that they are just rich people. I'd say they are rich, but they are nourish. Their roots actually were poor. Recently they have improved their riches, and they are feeling as if they are from very, very rich backgrounds. But according to the age old philosophy, no matter however you grow, to whatever the extent you might reach up to, you'd still have to be down to earth. When you are humble, and when you understand your origin, you will ever be happy. Doing your work in the house is always a blessing. Do not consider that it is a big curse for you. You must have to simplify the household chores. If you are a daughter of a mother watching this video, please understand the problems and the pains and the pain points of your mother. How hard it would have been for her managing with the household chores. You always, claim your supremacy as well as rights. How about responsibilities? So sharing is caring. If you, be it a girl or else a boy, help your mother in the house. Even these days, wife and husband together do many things in the house, as it is an apartment culture. They don't mind, mopping the floors, and I don't know whether the husbands do clean the utensils in the kitchen, but mopping the floors and watering the plants and doing some garden work and buying groceries always a common job for a husband. And even women these days, and ever mostly in the cities and metros, they go and buy the things for the house required. So simplify things. And do not always try to do all things at once. If your office is at 8 o'clock, and don't try to mop your house of 3 BK, 3 BHK or else 2 BHK every day in the morning, and have a schedule according to plan. Something that is planned, half done. So we need to always understand to perform the tasks which are multiple in nature with scientific approach. Today, the people in the world complain always about their uh, problems, health problems. I think the problems could be majorly two issues. One is lack of time sense towards how at what time you should eat. At the same time, the quantity of meal, how much one must consume. Today, people, out of their curiosity, if the item or the recipe tastes very fine, they want to go for double items, and they want to just have more than what they have expected. That's truly bad. You see, today we are living in the world of cozy, very smooth, and without any work, we sit on the couches and under the AC air conditions, and we just perform tasks. Emotionally, there is a lot of clutter, and we just have to process the brain very fast and quickly in order to get things done. Whereas physical work is almost zero today. If you look at all software engineering jobs as well as all white collar jobs, mostly they don't really um, any concern towards putting any effort. Luckily, 60% of Indians today have the habit of jogging and walking in the morning, even at 50s and 60s. Earlier, our elders and ancestors, they were walking in the fields for more than 5 hours, and they were just grazing the cattle, and they were extracting the milk, and they were selling it at dairy. They were just walking everywhere. In order to buy 1 kg sugar, they were walking for 2 miles. It was not at all at the nearest place. Today we have all at disposal, and we don't really have much of physical hard work. Dear friends, plan your meals accordingly, because we don't have physical hard work. If you plan properly, you will be more healthy. I guess you would definitely plan a meal with the 75% of your meals should be with fruit, as well as remaining 25% based on your personal choice, because from region to region and person to person, economic status to the other category, people have different versions. So we cannot simply state you should eat like this. It may not be possible, and it might hurt the emotions again. So what I can tell you is be flexible enough and try to maximize intake of the fruit, as well as consume a lot of water prescribed by the doctors. Always go by the best suggestions of the doctors when you feel any problematic thing in the belly or something else. What I can suggest is plan your meals perfectly. That would help you a lot. When you create a meal plan, that guides you how you can possibly do good things. And when you create a meal plan, you will know how much of vegetarian you can have in the diet, as well as how much of cereal content you can plan, and how many fruit and what kind of fruit you can have. You can see banana here, and avocado, apples, as well as nuts, all walnuts, dry fruit, and various rajma, and fish, cucumber, whatnot, meat, all items are available. So when you have clarity about based on your health conditions, you cannot be so too over ambitious. You may not be able to purchase all you really want, but you need to be wise enough in order to plan an appropriate meal which is sufficient to provide you good nutritious values, particularly carbs in a moderate level, as protein rich content, which you must have to plan, and that too within the permits of your financial category. You cannot go beyond it. So all of us are not equal in terms of earning. That's why our intake levels and styles also get affected. We should not compare with others in this context. The next thing I would like to share with you is to declutter your schedule. Yes, declutter your schedule. When you declutter your schedule, you definitely have peace of mind, and you definitely find best possible thoughts in order to execute your plans. When you have too many tasks at hand, it becomes complicated always. And when your stay is almost in the city permits, the smoke ever that gets emitted by the vehicles, and the long routine walks or else hiccups that you have in managing your commute, there are many teething problems. When you really want to achieve your goals, please do segregate all the plans that you have per day. How many tasks can you do? People might say the brain is capable of performing a number of tasks. At times it may not be possible. It is not the case with all of us. Let us be practical. You cannot be complacent. You cannot be over ambitious too. We must know the capacity of ours, and we should also plan accordingly. If a person is capable of performing two tasks per day effectively, it had always better just to go with that. If a person is enthused as well as instigated to perform tasks more than two, he might definitely have to find some time in order to compensate the time that he really needs to perform the task. We cannot always go beyond our levels. When we really want to squeeze every inch of your or every bit of your energy level from your life, that will create very dangerous results, and one day you will be worn out living for nothing. So dear friend and my dear viewer, please do understand your life is so unique and your capacities are at a particular level that you cannot go beyond. So be always planned, be always sensible about your capacities, and don't be overconfident and don't be overconscious. Declutter your tasks that you perform every day. When you declutter your schedule, it you can save a lot of money too. Why? You know that your boss whom you have to meet this week, particularly on Thursday, you definitely know that okay, your boss will not be available on Thursday. When you call him, or otherwise when you get some information through WhatsApp or mail, if he replies formally, it will be a very easy task for you to meet him next Sunday. How does it feel? Yes, it feels better for you because you are going to save your energy, you're going to save your pocket money, you are going to save many things, and you will not have any nervous breakdowns because the embarrassment that you get, yes, you could not meet your boss because of your negligence, he might feel something bad. These byproducts of your thoughts might disturb you further. In order to quench and avoid such things, it is always advisable to be planned. So to declutter your schedule, you must have to understand how to plan your priorities. So please categorize your priorities as most important, important, mediocre, as well as not so important. So when you categorize them accordingly, you will be probably having that time, and you can systematically do the things. Going to the children's school to pay the fee, buying vegetables in the market, bringing milk from the vendor, as well as attending a marriage ceremony and doing your job perfectly. All these things matter for you. So please plan. And if there are certain tasks which are not necessary to be done this week, you can simply eliminate from the list of the most important doing tasks, or else a to-do list, which might really help you understand how best you can perform. The best mind which is peaceful is the best mind or best organ which would give the best yielding. That is what you must remember. Rewire and understand how best you can tap the potential of your brain, because it is one simple organ and component which is necessary throughout your life. Do not create any problem because of your hectic schedule and chaotic lifestyle. Next thing, what I can say is establish an effective routine. For instance, early in the morning, people have the habit of moving away from the house. Yes, it's a nice thing. No matter how old they are, and whether they are male or female, irrespective of the gender, people know that it is necessary to walk at least for an hour. Some people do jogging for 30 minutes. Some people just sit in the park and keep enjoying the entire nature around. That still is okay. You can have good oxygen levels. And when you have appropriate lifestyle, you can think of all these things. The point here is, you see, one of your routines could be reading. So when you really want to read a newspaper, do not have to spend hours. Just plan how much you need to read. Are you preparing for competitive examinations? Then you may have to focus on national and international current affairs. You are just reading for casual purpose, a column in Vasundhara Inadu copy, otherwise, the Hindu editorial column. You can be specific. By specifically pointing out your priority, you can save your time a lot more easier. At the same time, brushing your teeth, mostly people who are not so disciplined, they brush their teeth outside their house, and they do it for 30 minutes. Sometimes they do it for 1 minute because it's very urgent to move away from the house as quickly as possible. These two are really bad. You definitely should have a specific set of habits that would guide you and govern your life, and which will pave the way for your betterment in your life. What you do will be followed by your family members. So be it a lady or gent in the families, mother and father must give good kind of values by following the best things. So your routine, like gardening and watering the plants, please have a specific time, be it in the morning or evening, based on your availability of the time. Accordingly, please plan. Similarly, playing games with your friends. Sometimes it is always not only kids, even the elders. After your office, instead of sitting in front of the TV on SETI, you please plan just a 30 minutes workout, playing shuttle or else badminton indoor game or cricket with your nearby colleagues. That would definitely help you stay always so focused on activities. Your blood gets purified, everything will be fine. You can think so clearly. That's very, 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 great in your life. Please plan so. At the same time, children mostly tend to play games. They don't want to go to schools. In order to avoid that problem, they should be given some tasks by the parents. In this context, I believe mother can play a very major role and nucleus role. If mother gives them some deadlines to perform tasks, she can encourage the kids with some gifts as well as some freebies, which might probably help the kids to feel that, okay, my mom is going to give me something if I finish this task. They can finish the homework, and they can focus on some important and integral aspects of house management too. Similarly, children's bedtime is necessary today. Digital screen time has grown more, and people are not mindful of this, and it will definitely have the bad repercussions in the next 1 or 2 decades. All children after COVID, in the new normal context, people have purchased many tablet PCs, smartphones. Now today, if even a 5 years old girl or boy who is not even capable of handling a smartphone has a smartphone. That's the kind of life today we have. The world is moving with digitals. Let us be very aware of this fact. Dear friends, please do not encourage your kids to make use of the digital gadgets too frequently. Be always selective. When there is a class, and you please be around and try to minimize the time they spend on it. Let them do some puzzles, Sudoku puzzles. Let them practice some proverbs in your mother tongue. Let them practice some kind of quotations on the book. And you give a task and ask them to develop vocabulary. And you can definitely develop their GK, general knowledge, and always ask them to read some stories in your mother tongue, which would teach good message and moral values. You also take it an opportunity to guide your children. See, here, parents are very, very important. Please do not escape from this responsibility. No one can help you out later. You are so responsible. Please try to stick to that. So, by stabilizing and establishing a very beautiful variety of effective routine, we can probably lead life so decently. So, all we just need in this context is we need to have open mindedness and discipline. So discipline irrespective of the age. So this is what we have to understand from this establishing a routine, which helps us stay always peaceful, and we can lead life. All of us can lead lives so peacefully and mentally so stable, and that will never have to do with our chaotic lifestyle, and it will never come all the way. We will always have focused, and we will stay centered on that. The next thing that I'm going to discuss in this context is this must be the last one. I think I must tell you: learn to use your time wisely. Learn to use your time wisely. People in this world are categorized into two sections: successful people and unsuccessful people. When people are regarded as successful, it is very certain that they have managed their time so well. There are many research articles on time management, dear friends, and people in the last 3 decades post the LPG concept. LPG stands for liberalization, privatization, and globalization. The village lifestyle has started to become an urban kind of orientation, and people living in villages migrated to urban areas. People studying the traditional and ordinary BA, BCom have started studying different programs at degree level. And today, our country as well as the world is governed by the technology and artificial intelligence. People who give importance to time will always be successful, because emotional intelligence, team making skills, and collaborative team skills, and group making skills, as well as leading skills, leadership skills, soft skills, reskilling, upskilling, all these things actually talk about, and they need to be strengthened with appropriate time management, because time has become very precious, my dear friends. You cannot take it for granted. So use your time wisely and always plan things perfectly. We have a proverb actually which says, fail to plan is plan to fail. Yeah. I repeat, fail to plan is plan to fail. Would you like to be a failure? I don't think so, because you are so eligible personality, and you have got good academic qualifications, and your family has taught you good values, and your neighbors are nice people. Only thing is, sometimes you lose control of your track of your life, and sometimes you become blind enough, as you may not be able to come out of that. If you can manage this and try to focus on how can you in fact, how best you can do in managing your time, your boss will appreciate you and your colleagues will appreciate you. If you are a teacher, your students always give you good credits, and your principal might appreciate you, and further you can have pay hike too. So time management is very necessary, and this is a very important concept in life at present, in all sections, in both in the government as well as public private sectors. So we must be very clear that people who are certain and careful about maintaining their time, they are successful. In order to lead life peacefully, as well as in order to remold your life, if you want to remold your life, I just would like to say, find a clear vision for your life and home, declutter your home, maintain and organize your home properly, simplify household chores, do not enter into a complex zone, make your family members part of the tasks, and ask people to be part of it, and try to decentralize the work and be safe and calm, and don't have too much clutter on that. When it comes to diet, please have a meal plan, which is very, very suggestible and highly recommended. If you have a meal plan, you have two benefits: longevity of your lifestyle, life, as well as clarity in thought and systematic approaches. You don't have to really frequently go to the doctor when you really have appropriate diet plan. By decluttering your schedule, you will always maximize your work ethics, as well as efficiency, as well as greatness, because you have clarity as how you can do a particular task at what time on what date. If you really establish an effective routine, people do not have to criticize you. So let us all have a very specific timetable schedule, at least for 6 months as a short term goal, and automatically that can turn out to be a long term goal with a few modifications. It is always advisable, and needless to say, from time immemorial, it's been said and used and implemented. Time is precious, dear friends. Let's use our time wisely. So please, with this being said, I just would like to ask all of you to be so careful and wise enough in managing your schedules as well as life. When we really think about ourselves, that we are really important for our families, we always do good things. We take care of our health, we take care of our diet, and we always know that our financial status controls our purchase habits too. This is an undeniable fact. Even though you have temptations, you definitely have to stay controlled when you do not have the money in your pocket. If you go beyond it, one day you will be bankrupt. No one can rescue you. Please do not spend money beyond your capacities. Do not ever borrow money from your friends. Always make your family happy, and be planned and be wise enough. You will always be happy and peaceful, both in your family as well as in your profession. Have a great time. Thank you so much for your success. NMR Polygani.
Remold. Be the winner, don't be a loser. This is an essential platform for motivation, personality development, leadership, corporate training. We conduct national-level events to bring awareness. Be the winner. Don't be a loser is our tagline. People in the present scenario have been facing several tumultuous changes both in their lives and professional arenas. They need confidence, satisfaction, and meaning in their lives. Remold builds confidence and makes people feel less anxious and more dynamic within the sphere of their active life events and professional journey. We at Remold are committed to provide the meaningful training in both leadership and corporate training, meeting the expectations of the novice trainers, educational institutions, and various other corporate bodies in serving rightly for the better output and excellence. We train all sections of people for their exponential growth in the professions they are in. Students will be trained for better emotional intelligence, teachers, employees, and budding entrepreneurs will be trained for their upskilling, reskilling and better enhancement of attitudinal change towards embracing the change in achieving the outstanding results in their professions. Quality is our motto. Making our stakeholders win is our mission.